This is your weekly rundown of episode Heresy, week 12, starting on April 22nd. With Act 3 of episode Heresy story now concluded, week 12 brings another week to allow Guardians to catch up. You could complete your Nightfall Conqueror seal, play some Gambit, or even go for Ascendant in competitive Crucible. Or you could just go play some more Sunless Cell Strike, Expert Nether, and Court of Blades for those sweet adept seasonal weapons. The new PvP mode Heavy Metal is due later in Act 3, and new activity Rite of Night is due on May 6th. Act 2 of episode Heresy brought with it the new activity, the Court of Blades. Set within the Dreadnought's Hole of Souls area, players are transported to different arenas across the system, from Io to Europa and on board a Hive warship. Court of Blades has two difficulty options, Normal and Expert, with adept versions of the Act 2 weapons only dropping in the Expert version. Also, the Grandmaster Nightfall node is available, giving Guardians the opportunity to complete their Conqueror seal for this episode. With this node becoming available, this gives Guardians the chance to jump ahead and complete Act 3's Nightfalls. These being the Insight Terminus on Nessus week 13, April 29th, and the Warden of Nothing on the Dreaming City week 14, May 6th. Or conversely, you'll be able to complete Act 1 and Act 2's Grandmasters, which are now not available. Sark's Battlegrounds Moon, Lake of Shadows on the EDZ, Scarlet Keep on the Moon, Hypernet Current on Europa, Heist Battlegrounds Mars, and the Sark's Battlegrounds Cosmodrome. Act 1 of episode Heresy brought with it the new 3-player activity, the Nether. Set within the Dreadnought Patrol Zones, Guardians fight in random and varied encounters with different events and objectives every time. The Nether has 3 modes: the Nether Exploration for those solo types who want to just explore the Dreadnought, a match-made mode on baseline advanced difficulty, and a selectable non-match-made expert version. From Act 3 of episode Revenant, we have the new exotic mission Kell's Fall, where you can earn the new Void exotic shotgun Slayer's Fang, and new Prison of Elders challenge Kell's Vengeance, which can be found over in the Last City for 2 to 3 players. Act 2 of episode Revenant brought with it the Tomb of Elders, and Contest of Elders over in the Last City, which can be accessed after you complete the initial steps of Act 2. Also available for a weekly Pinnacle is the Salvation Jade raid, over in the Pale Heart, and new dungeon Sundered Doctrine, which can be found over on the Throne World, with the exotic linear fusion rifle Finality's Ager up for grabs, and a whole suite of new weapons and armour. Just make sure to visit Encore over in the tower to pick up the quest Drowning Labyrinth to enter. Over in the Last City we have Onslaught Salvation, which can be accessed after you complete the initial steps of the opening act of Revenant. This version of Onslaught brings with it new defences, 3 maps that are not in the Vanguard playlist version, and new enemies to fight. You can select from Widow's Court, Eventide Ruins, and Kell's Grave, either normal or expert. Also, the original Onslaught has been updated to include some of the new additions. Located in the Vanguard playlist, the featured Onslaught map this week will be Vostok, with the Siege Hook Ogre kicking off the boss rotation. In the Last City on the Helm, the exotic mission Encore is still available, with 2 difficulty options, normal and expert. Also, from episode Echoes, we have the 3 new Battleground activities, Delve, Conduit, and Core, with Enigma Protocol and Breach Executable. The expert Battlegrounds will start this week's rotation with Conduit. The Dreaming City this week is at a weak curse level, which means Petrovenge can be found in the Strand, and has the Broken Courier mission for the next week. The Blind One features Scorn enemies and the Plagues, Sigrus and Varicus. The Ascendant challenge will be the Agonon's Abyss over in the Battleground Wishes Lost sector. On the Moon, the weekly story mission is Beyond. The Trove Guardian is located in Archer's Line, while the Wandering Nightmare is the Nightmare of Jax, Claws of Zevra Wrath at the Hellmouth. Nightmare hunts Skolas, Pride, Omnigul, Anguish, and Zydron Servitude. The Altars of Sorrow will start this week's rotation with the Nightmare of Tanix and the Apostate Sniper. On Europa this week, Coradis the Dark Priestess will be the Empire Hunt, Eventide Ruins will be the Eclipse Zone, and the Exo challenge will be Survival. Dares of Eternity expert difficulty rounds are Kabul, Taken, and Crota. The Scatterhorn armor set and the Wild Hunt armor set will be available in Dares of Eternity with Weapon Set 1. Arsenic Bite 4B, Blasper 2, Corsair's Wrath, Deafening Whisper, Dire Promise, Enigma's Draw, Escape Velocity, Giant 7 Rifle, Friction Fire, Royal Chase, True Prophecy, and Timeline's Vertex. The Witch Queen weekly story mission is The Cunning, Altar of Reflections Catalyst, and Altar of Reflections Pact. The Wellspring activity will start the week on Defense, with Void Sniper, Father Sin, and Zurich, Scorn Raider as the boss. The Lightfall weekly mission is Breakneck, the Partition mission will be Backdoor, and the Vex incursion will be Zephyr Concourse. In the Pale Heart, the exotic mission Dual Destiny is still available for teams of 2 Guardians, where you can farm the mission to earn as many new prismatic exotic class items as you like. The final straight's cooperative focus campaign mission this week will be Descent. The 12 Guardian match-made Excision mission is also available next to the race for a weekly Pinnacle, with the Grandmaster version granting the Ergo Sum Catalyst and an Ascendant Shard. The Salvation Jade raid challenge this week is the 4th encounter, Verity, called Varied Geometry. The Root of Nightmares raid challenge this week is the 1st encounter, Cataclysm, called Illuminated Torment. The Kingsfall raid challenge this week is the 1st encounter, Totems, called The Grass is Always Greener. The Vow the Disciple challenge this week is the 2nd encounter, The Caretaker, called Base Information. The Deepstone Crypt Challenge this week is the third encounter, Tanix Part 1, called Of All Trades. The Garden of Salvation Challenge this week is the fourth encounter, Sanctified Mine, called 0 to 100. And the Last Wish Challenge this week is the first encounter, Kali, called Summoning Ritual. Featured Pinnacle Raid 1 will be Crota's End over in the Legends tab. And featured Pinnacle Raid 2 will be the Vault of Glass, also in the Legends tab, with all challenges available for all encounters. With the exotic auto rifle Necrochasm being farmable from the final boss in Crota's End, and the exotic fusion rifle Vex Myth class from the final boss in Vault. Featured Pinnacle Dungeon 1 will be the Prophecy over in the Legends tab. And featured Pinnacle Dungeon 2 will be the Warlord's Ruin over on the EDC. The exotic mission rotator will be Operation Seraph Shield, with the Revision 0 exotic pulse rifle being the main reward, the Season of the Seraph weapon set, and Ikelos weapon set, with the Warmind's Avatar armor set. The exotic missions, the Whisper and 0 Hour will also be available in the Legends tab. This week's challenges are Expedited Violence, Power Trip, Superfluous, Subclass Synergy, and Total Corruption. Lost Sectors, Tuesday Ithilion's Rest on the Dreaming City, Wednesday Chamber of Starlight on the Dreaming City, Thursday Hydroponics Delta on Neptune, Friday Gilded Precept on Neptune, Saturday Thrillerdrome on Neptune, Sunday The Broken Deep in the Pale Heart, and Monday The Blooming Deep in the Pale Heart. The Grandmaster Nightfalls continue this week with our 12th featured Nightfall, which will see us face off against a Hole in the reprised SC1 strike, the Sunless Cell, with the Palindrome hand cannon being the featured adept weapon. The 6v6 playlist will be Control, the 6v6 Quickplay mode should be Mayhem, Countdown should be in the small team's Quickplay, and Hardware Mix could also be available, with Trials of Osiris at the weekend. This week we'll also see bonus Vanguard reputation and double Nightfall rewards available all week long. And as a reminder, the annual Moments of Triumph continue, with a collection of 33 challenges celebrating everything you've been able to achieve in this past year. If you've been active, you'll likely already have some of these completed, which just gets you closer to the 26 you'll need to earn the 2024 seal and title. Still available is the Destiny 10th Anniversary in-game celebration event, and don't forget to keep an eye on Zer this Friday at Reset to see if he's offering another chance to grab a random rolled exotic class item for 41 strange coins. And that's it for the 12th week of the Final Shape episode Heresy. Thank you for watching, Allons-y.